People generally think of runaway laborers in black and white terms, typically envisioning a black man fleeing the South. But our lives aren't black and white. Rather, real lives are lived in shades of gray. For example, in Colonial, Pennsylvania, a white servant named Anne Wainwright fled from her master, Mr. Mines. It might seem odd that a white woman escaped servitude, given that many are taught servitude was a benign institution relative to slavery. Odder still is that Anne fled with an enslaved woman named Beck, who belonged to a Miss Belverde. What brought these women together, and what must their lives have been like? My research seeks to answer these questions by probing history's shades of gray in order to recreate the experiences of women in Pennsylvania. Anne and Beck's story underscores my key intervention, illuminating the blind spot that is created when slavery and servitude are studied separately. Doing so privileges a legal distinction that may mask the realities in which people actually lived. Telling this story isn't easy because sources are limited, as only a handful of fugitive women were literate. But we can discern much about their lives from sources written by others. I'm piecing together how women planned their escape and maintained their freedom, from newspaper runaway advertisements, ship registries, and court records. My preliminary findings show that women occasionally recognized common interest with each other and their male counterparts, regardless of color. Women formed complex networks with the people they encountered while on the run. They leveraged pre-existing relationships, forged alliances of convenience, and traded personal or stolen goods in their pursuit of freedom. Through my sources, I have found indications that fugitive women had similar motives, used similar tactics, and had the same desire to be free. Collectively, the Annes and Becks of Colonial Pennsylvania can teach us about coalition building, about challenging the boundaries of gender, race, and class to help us realize that our lives are lived in shades of gray. Thank you.